Don't you drool, cool kids. Don't you do it. Don't you drool. Guys, we're going to talk about something fun here today. We're going to talk about this Kickstarter that's going on. Now, I am cutting down my Kickstarter exposure. As a matter of fact, I haven't backed anything on Kickstarter since this company's last campaign. Because I'm done messing around with crowdfunding. Unless it's from a company I trust and know it's going to deliver, Now, we have a mixed history, Next Level Miniatures and I, because their first Kickstarter was a bit of a disappointment, but they've upped their game. They've increased the size of the miniatures. We're now at the appropriate scale. And for that matter, we won't bring that up anymore. But let's see where we're at on this Kickstarter here. So, I don't know why their first crowdfunding campaign made a lot of cash, but now they don't really anymore, and the reason is because they disappointed so bad, I think, on the first one. Really for the quality of minis you're getting and the turnaround time, because they deliver early usually on their Kickstarters, they should be doing, I don't want to say Reaper Bones business, but they should be getting close to, something to that extent. Reaper Bones has been really slow on delivering their stuff lately, and I understand there were some serious issues going on with the passing, and there's a lot going on there. But what I'm saying is this tells me that crowdfunding in general, I think, is just down, down, down. I think people are kind of over the whole craze. And anyway, they reached their goal. Like I said, these guys deliver early. Yeah, they're not paying me to tell you guys this. I've had pretty good experience with these guys, barring the first Kickstarter, which was the only one I bought 2 copies of. I can understand why people who backed that one probably wouldn't have had the guts like I did to keep backing. But I've got a lot of good product since that first Kickstarter. So if you guys want to come back and try it again, this might be the time. There's plenty of stretch goals. This is what you're getting, guys, kind of. When you get this Kickstarter, if you want to, I got a playlist for them, so check it out, Next Level Miniatures, on my channel, and see I do openings and all that. We really want to unlock the big size Orcus, because the Orcus I got was rubbish. It was a little baby Orcus, so yeah, if we can get Orcus, that would be awesome. But we got to hit 40,000, and it doesn't seem likely. Now, Nothics are available. There's already 2, I think. Nope, there's just 1. Nope, it's 2. Yeah, times 2. So Nothics are hard figures to find. So if you're wanting Nothics, go ahead and get a set. They have a lot of their old stuff available, and when the Kickstarter's over, they'll have a lot more stuff, usually in the actual what they call that thing, checkout, whatever they call that thing, and these crowdfunding campaigns. Like, the word is escaping me now, but you can get all this stuff. It's all available. So you got your ropers, your night hags, all this. This is from the previous campaigns. And if you want to see what these miniatures look like, simply check out my my channel. I have a playlist on this stuff. And you get these little play sets. So if you want a skeleton horde, you can grab a skeleton horde. It'll have these skeletons here. I'm not sure how many. It says horde, so you'd have to look at details. Cultists, different cultists are available. Add-on packs. You got your Dracolich. If you wanted that, you could get that for $18. Blighted sprouts. So, blights is what they are. Looks like you get 2, 4, 6 of them for $8. Here's some Dragonborn for $8. You get 5 of those. Some more Cultists for $7. Fiery Forces, so there you go. Fire Elemental, the Azure, and you'll get those for $9. Partnership pack, you get the Death Knight and the Zombie Butcher. If you signed on prior to the Kickstarter, you can actually get these for free. So, but they are available for a low price, $5. That gets you, 2 miniatures. That's $2.50 a mini. $8. The shipping is free if you're close enough to St. Louis, Missouri. It said my shipping was free. You do have to pay tax, though, unfortunately, depending on what state you're in. Summoning Ritual will get you that Gabrizu and the... yeah, that's pretty cool. Summoning Circle. So if you play a lot of... oh, guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you coming through? They're coming through. If you play a lot of, Eldritch Horror, that could be useful as well. Here we've got some Undead and Loving It. So that's Headless Lich. I'm not sure I love that many. There's a Demolich, Death Knight, and a Flame Skull × 2. Now that looks cool. I gotta say, I'm not enamored with the Headless Lich. I don't know what that's about. I don't like miniatures with missing limbs, and I don't like miniatures that are carrying around heads and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea, but you might love it. Soagan Wave Shaper, the Soagan Raider, and those are basically deep ones from the Eldritch Horror genre. And then you got your Water Elemental, which was available in the first Kickstarter. And yeah, there's some examples of the minis available. And then they talk about the scale. They're trying to, get back from all the problems they had. Here is, all right. Now, when I saw above, when I signed on, it actually said my shipping was free. But they're saying $11, $16. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think I'm only a few miles away from there, so I don't know. Yeah, those are just, guesstimates on the pricing. But when I put in my address, it said the shipping was free. So I might be misunderstanding that. And there you go, guys. That's the Kickstarter. The first one they did made a lot of money. And they had a lot of stretch goals. And they would be willing to do that again if, they could get back in the good graces. But that's a pretty cool dragon. And they say it's a 75 millimeter base to put on that thing. So that's a pretty good size dragon. I would say it's gosh, I don't know if these are do they actually have a scale on this? I don't know how tall that miniature is. It's a good size though. Here's some, for reference. You got a Cloaker. Cloakers are hard to come by. Some of the older Cloaker minis are really expensive. And then you got an Armonite, a Shadow Demon × 2. So that's pretty cool. A main × 2, and then we've already got some stretch goals unlocked. We've got the Obrith Demon and the main variants. So you're going to get 2 main variants and then 2 of the original mains. You're also going to get lemurs, so you're getting demons and devils. So that's cool. Dretch, the Dretch Demon, the main, and the lemur devils. So, and then you got this Imolith. So, lots of cool things. Alright, guys, I'm not going to bore you any further. Check out the Kickstarter. It's Next Level Miniatures Dragon Cache of Volume 2. Or is that catch? I don't know. I think it's cachet. Enjoy. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. If you hated it, that's okay too. The rewards. Let's look at the rewards tiers real quick. Let me see. Make sure there's no information. So the MSRP they say is $379. I paid $189. I get every physical miniature the campaign has to offer, which is over 100 minis. Yeah, $1.89 a mini. That's not bad. It includes Dragon Cache Volume 2 and Volume 1. Now the problem there is I already have Volume 1, but you know what? None of them are things you wouldn't want duplicates of, so I'm not really worried about that. But I did talk to them, and they said I could actually mix and match things on the Pledge Manager. There it is. There's the word I couldn't remember. So you have a lot of play on this, they told me, as far as the Pledge Manager. So if I wanted to, I could drop the Volume 1 stuff and still, be able to use the extra dollars on. But I wouldn't get as good a deal, obviously, because this is a package deal. But whatever wasn't going into that could go on something else, they said. So I don't know. We'd have to see how it works. 11 items included. So you get the Dragon Cache Volume 2, Dragon Cache Volume 1, Dracolich, and Blighted, Sprouts, and 7 more. All the things you saw there. So that's cool. And then there's other pledge levels. You've got the $1 pledge because you believe in it. You can do now there's 41 backers all in. Here is the access to the Pledge Manager. That's 37 backers. And access to the Pledge Manager is kind of like going to their website. You can order from them anytime, guys. You don't have to do Kickstarter. It's kind of like Reaper in that way, in that you can go to their website and order stuff anytime. So you don't have to even do Kickstarter and take that risk. Dragon Cache Volume 2 Digital. So you can get the digitals. That's the digital file. So if you got a 3D printer, you can print your own. It looks like a lot of people like this. This is 156 backers. So that's good. So if you got that 3D printer, guys, go ahead. Check it out. 18 wanted this one. So this one's not as popular. That's all the files for both Dragon Cache 1 and 2, looks like. So that's a lot of minis. A whole lot of minis. And there's some really cool minis in that first set. You got the trolls and the ogres I really liked, and the Orcus was in there, but that, never mind. That's sorry topics. Here's another one. $129. So you get all the stuff, man. This is all physical and all digital. So say I actually had a 3D printer for $249. So that's actually a really good deal because I paid $189 for just the minis. For another, $70 or wherever it is, I could add the STLs if I had a printer, but I don't, so I'm not worried about it. All right, there we go. That's it. Guys, take care. Bye-bye.